In this video we're going to look at the plans for HS2 between the Princess Risborough line at Stoke Mandeville and Small Dean Viaduct at Wendover. This section is quite complicated compared with others in the area, as it features a lot of structures and some road realignments as well. We'll start by looking at Stoke Mandeville Bypass overbridge and then footpath SMA 9 accommodation overbridge. The Stoke Mandeville Bypass overbridge looks very similar to a lot of overbridges along the HS2 route, with its concrete parapets, and is supported by steel beams. This is an overhead view showing how the bridge crosses over the HS2 lines. SMA 9 accommodation overbridge takes a footpath from Marsh Lane down to the Stoke Mandeville Bypass. This one again has the familiar concrete parapets, but this time is supported by concrete beams. And this is how the bridge looks from above. We now come to Risborough Road, which turns into an underpass as it meets HS2, and further along is a footpath ELL 20 overbridge. Risborough Road's underpass is just 4 metres wide, so allowing for a footpath that's really only wide enough for one vehicle. Its design is rather nondescript, as it's just a concrete box. Footpath ELL 20 overbridge is mainly made of steel, with oak internal lining and steel mesh running along the parapets. And here's how it looks from above. We now come to one of the more complex parts of this area, which is the B4009 Nash Lee Road overbridge. This road is to be realigned as it crosses HS2. This bridge is supported by steel beams and has the familiar concrete parapets fitted. The bridge crosses HS2 diagonally, which is why it's one of the longest road bridges along the route. We now reach Wendover Green Tunnel. This is constructed using the cut and cover method and required the demolition of some properties along Risborough Road. Near the northern end of the tunnel, WEN 55/1 footpath has had to be realigned, and at the southern end, Backham Lane has had to be realigned as well. Just next to the north portal is a maintenance building. This is a concrete structure and will be clad in weathered steel. The structure of the tunnel is made of concrete segments which join together to form two arches. Those arch sections are in turn joined together to form a long tunnel with a slight curve to it. The tunnel is then almost completely covered in earth, leaving just the north and south portals exposed. Just by the south portal is another maintenance building, looking very much like the one at the north portal. Here's a couple of artist's impressions showing what the south portal will look like. We now reach the last three structures along this section, which are Grove Farm Accommodation Underbridge, Small Dean Viaduct and Rocky Lane Underbridge. Grove Farm Accommodation Underbridge looks very similar to other underbridges along the route. The realigned Small Dean Lane will pass underneath this bridge, which will also give access to Grove Farm, of course. We now come to Small Dean Viaduct, which is around 345 metres long, rises 6 metres above the A413, which had to be realigned slightly to accommodate the viaduct. The main body of the viaduct is made of weathered steel, and it sits upon 6 concrete piers, which each have a pair of bearings on the top to absorb any vibrations. Construction of this viaduct is well underway, as it was slid into place at the end of January into February 2025. You can actually watch a video all about this, because I was invited along to watch it happen. We now reach the last structure along this section, which is rather uninteresting compared to what we've just looked at, and that is Rocky Lane Underbridge. There's nothing much to say about it really, it's just a concrete box, with Rocky Lane realigned to pass underneath it. So with all of that out of the way, we now get on to what the landscaping plans are. We start back at the area around the Stoke Mandeville Bypass and the Risborough railway line, showing first the grassland and wildflowers, and now the hedgerows and woodland areas. It's best to pause each one of these slides, as there is a lot of information to read. Let's now see how the area looks before. We now reach the old Risborough Road area, with the Stoke Mandeville Bypass at the bottom. So that's the grassland mixes, and now the hedgerows and woodland areas. And now how it looked before. This is the grassland mixes for the Nash Lee Road area. And now the woodland and hedgerows. And how it looked before. This is the grassland mix around Wendover Green Tunnel. And now the woodland and hedgerows. And how it looked before. This is the grassland mixes for the area between Backham Lane and Small Dean Lane. And the woodland and hedgerows. And how it looked before. And lastly, the grassland mix for the area around Small Dean Viaduct and the A413. And this is the woodland and hedgerows. And how it looked before. So that concludes the look at the plans of this area. I hope you found it useful. It certainly shows a lot of changes, doesn't it? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.